All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about a epic breakdown, incredible breakdown of the Errol Spence Terence Crawford fight made by one of the best trainers in boxing, Stephen Birdman Edwards, and pretty much saying that this fight is not what everybody thinks it is. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to give a breakdown of the biggest fight in boxing that, according to Errol Spence Jr., will be made next. And that is won by a very, very good trainer, by his own said, not great, according to him, very, very good trainer, Stephen Birdman Edwards, who is currently training Caleb Plant for his fight that takes place on October 15th with Andre the Dog Durrell. Really looking forward to that card. Matter of fact, looking forward to that entire day of boxing, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on with the Deontay Wilder fight, the Devin Haney fight. Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields will be fighting. Alyssa Bumgardner will be fighting Michaela Meyer. So October 15th, just a whole lot of really, really good fights. So in the preparation for that, Edwards gave his was asked the question about the Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford fight. And I'm telling you, man, this is how I've seen this fight. And I'm glad that he said it, because I agree with him that a lot of people are seeing this fight backwards. Now, before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're a longtime subscriber and supporter, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so Stephen Birdman Edwards is asked, who do you think is going to win the Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford fight? And he pretty much said, look, this is a very, very close fight. He wasn't going to pick a winner now. He said, ask him closer, ask him when they get in camp, so he can see like what they both look like in camp, what their mentality looks like, you know, how their physicality looks in camp, because he really thinks that is going to be the difference. And then he also said, you know, things like, you know, he really wishes this fight was a 15-round fight, because in a fight like this, you may not get, you know, they really figure out who the best is over 12 rounds. But the thing that I found most interesting, because this is, you know, self-aggrandizing, you know, you like to hear people that repeat the same thing that you've been saying for a while, that this fight is not what people think it is. A lot of people, when they talk about this fight, they say that Terence Crawford is going to outbox Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford is a better boxer than Errol Spence Jr. And Terence Crawford is a come forward fighter that is going to try to break down and beat up and slug away on Terence Crawford. And I've always maintained that is the opposite of what I see. And Birdman Edwards said, look, that is the opposite of what he sees. He says in this particular fight, when you look at Errol Spence Jr., Errol Spence Jr. is a boxer. He said he was working behind the jab. He's a come forward fight. He's coming forward, but he's boxing while he's coming forward. He's not just slugging, you know, jumping in there recklessly, you know, taking shots. He said that the better boxer, the better fundamentally sound boxer is Errol Spence. And he said, but the bigger puncher and the guy that can really hurt you with a big shot, that is Terence Crawford. And then so he compared that to the fight between Tommy Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, like a lot of people are, but saying in this particular instance, Sugar Ray Leonard in that instance was the slugger, right? In that fight with Tommy Hearns, and Tommy Hearns was the boxer. Now, Tommy Hearns winds up, you know, he's winning the fight by that long jab that he has, very good straight right hand, and is winning that fight with Sugar Ray Leonard. And then in the last quarter of the fight, I do believe it was like after the 12th round, maybe the 13th or 14th round, they Sugar Ray Leonard lands a really, really big shot on Hearns, and he winds up knocking him out. And then in the next two fights, you see a draw, and you see, I think it may have been a draw or a robbery. I can't remember exactly how the outcomes came, but I know that Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard both agree that Tommy Hearns won the last two fights. However, that is similar to what the case is here with Errol and Terence. And like, I get a lot of heat about this. Like, I do not see Terence Crawford winning this fight by decision. I see if he's going to win it, he's going to win it in the same fashion that Sugar Ray Leonard beat Tommy Hearns, by landing a very, very big shot on Errol Spence Jr., getting him hurt and getting him out of there. The work rate for Errol Spence Jr. and the fact that he's working behind a jab, keeps a high guard, working behind a jab, is not giving you a lot of opportunities to really find gaps in what he's doing. Not saying that they aren't there. They are there, just like every boxer, they're there. However, those points are going to keep stacking up and stacking up and stacking up. Now, I'm not someone that usually talks a lot about CompuBox stats, but if you look at the CompuBox stats for them just and think that they're generally in the realm of what is real, you'll see that Errol Spence Jr. lands like 21 punches around on his opponents, and he gets hit 9 times. Where you look at Terence Crawford lands 15 punches and he gets hit 7 times per round. So what does that tell you? That Errol Spence Jr., if those stats hold up and the way that they usually fight hold up, Errol Spence Jr. is going to win a lot of rounds. Because if you're hitting him, I know the difference is probably going to be different, may not land as many punches on Errol, but if you're landing more punches, right? If you're landing more punches than the other guy is landing, right, you're going to win rounds. And if you're throwing, and I'm just looking at the number of punches, the reason that there's 21 punches landed for Errol and only 15 for Terence, which is below the welterweight average, is because Terence Crawford's not throwing a lot of punches. Just that simple. He's not throwing a lot of punches. And when you are fighting somebody that throws a lot of punches and you're not throwing a lot of punches, a lot of times you lose those rounds, right? So that, along with the fact that Errol really is an excellent fighter, man, an excellent boxer, not just somebody that is coming by there and slugging. So when BIRDMAN Edwards said that, I was like, man, y'all, I certainly hope more people listen to this before they put all their money assuming that one guy, that the boxer that they think is the boxer isn't really the slugger, and the slugger that you think is the slugger isn't really the boxer, because that really is what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. That's how it's played out in a lot of those guys' fights recently. But Errol most definitely is looking to chop your body down, and he's a very aggressive body, that, boxer that's looking for the body. But, anyway, it is what it is. That's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.